going on today, folks? Just trucking. First time I've been in the truck in 18 days. I spent 18 days at the house working on old Frankenstein. Well, there's probably about 6 days where I didn't, so I at least spent 2 weeks, close to 2 weeks working on that truck for the time that I was home. But oh, look who decided to join the party. Just trucking right now. We're bobtailing over to Cleveland area to pick up a flatbed with some generators on it, and then we're headed to Connecticut. We're going to be pulling some stuff for the world's largest bounce house. Yeah, that's right. We've done that before down in Florida and stuff. Come on, stay in your own lane there, pal. Ontario. Yeah, I wonder what he's doing. Anyways, that's what's going on today. On the show, on the Chad Keegan YouTube channel. Just jumped on a turnpike here outside of Toledo. I got 88 miles to go. It's going to cost me like 12 to 15 bucks to run this stretch. Of course, they got these cones out when I'm getting on. I don't see the speed limit sign, so I don't know what the speed limit is. So I'm doing 60, and then I see a 65 sign. I don't understand the whole point of this. I don't know. Maybe they're working at night and stuff, and they're shutting it down during, taking more lanes out. But it's just some of this shit just irritating. Pay for this road to deal with this shit, this trucking though. Feels good to be back in the truck, I can tell you that much right now. Was shocked this morning when I first took off. I'm always kind of leery the night before when I've been home for a week or two or a long period of time. I usually don't sleep very well because I always, thoughts go through my head about the truck. What if something happens, this and that. If you're not having those kind of thoughts, I don't know what you're doing, and you just must be living a decent life if you ain't worried about your equipment or anything like that, happening, because any given moment anything could happen. It's just a crapshoot being out here with other traffic and the roads the way they are. What could be in the middle of the road, this and that, blase splat, you know how it goes. But I probably slept about 4 hours and maybe 4.5. Got up this morning, wife come in, we were talking a little after 5, about 5:45. Went and got some coffee, hung out on the porch, did our normal routine like we would if I was home, and then, I left about 7:30, so ran into the point, grabbed a splash, speeded down the road, and now I'm making my way on over. But man, the truck's running great, sounds good. That's the first time, honestly, that I had seen that, and probably here and there close to a month. I've only ran like today and tomorrow is going to make 6 days this month. That's all I've ran in the month of July is 6 days. Now, yes, I was running decent loads to where I could build my bank account up to where I could sit at home if I wanted to, and that's exactly what I did. Our bills aren't too expensive. I know what I need to make in a week to be able to pay for my stuff throughout the month, and to cover things unless something happens. But usually, we don't necessarily go out a ton, and we don't go a bunch of places because our house is like a staycation. If you were trying to get away from the city, that's the kind of place you would want to get an Airbnb just to enjoy the peacefulness of the country, and that's what we do when we're out there. So I don't mind sitting at home, not doing shit, but whatever I want to do around the house. Yeah, occasionally we'll get a stick up our butts and want to go do something like hit an antique store, go check out some water somewhere. But doing the job that I do and the lifestyle that I've had, we can enjoy that when we're out on the road and do that. So I like to, not spend our money when we're at home going and doing, shit around the house when we could save our money for when we're out, and we call it vacation. didn't respond back. I waited until Monday morning. I seen it on the load board a little after 8, and it was for 2,000. So I called her up and I said, hey, what you got going on? What is it? I wanted to know what the commodity was. She says, oh, it's vans and flatbeds. It's the world's largest bounce house. So it's tarps on flatbeds, or I've got one flatbed left with generators on it. And I said, well, what's the weight on them? Blah, blah, blah. She's like, well, I do have a couple vans left. And I explained to her, I pulled this stuff before in Florida. It's not a big deal to me. The only thing I haven't pulled is the generators. I pulled the vans and I pulled the flatbeds. And we talked about the actual bounce house tarps, if you will, and some of that stuff. And I said, yeah, I've had to have them reset them when I was in Sarasota one time because they were leaning over and falling off and they just didn't do a very good job. And she's like, yeah, well, I grinded at them and now there's more straps on them, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, why don't you give me the generators anyways, because at least I know that's going to be a solid piece of equipment sitting on that trailer that I can just hold on to, you know, and deal with and stuff. And if I need to, I got James binders and straps and all that kind of good stuff. I can throw some extra shit on there. But she did say that they had put extra straps on the trailer, so we'll see when I get there. I should be there around 9:45-ish, give or take. I need to be there by 10 to pick that up, because she said that was the first one they wanted to have go, so we'll see. But yeah, we're just doing it. We're back in the truck, back in the saddle again, and we'll come back once we get our load and we'll check up back with you later. Well, we got our load. We're rolling. We're about 100 miles into PA, 90 to be exact almost. And I didn't get the load with all the generators. I got the load. It is a flatbed. It's a 48-foot step deck. It's got one generator on the back. The rest are the racks for the at Newbury or something like that, Newberry, I don't know where I'm at, somewhere in New York. And I'm stopping. And I got a pretty decent spot here besides this truck running next to me. I pulled up so I wouldn't catch any of his heat coming out of his engine. But I'm gonna go in and pay for a spot because I don't see myself finding one back there. This is what I got on here. Snow Angel. There's the containers. There's all that red juice all over my strap right here that I put on. Next one. And all over my strap right here that I put on the X one because this thing is moving all over. I drew a marker line right there and it's moved that much on this way. And then there was a pin mark up here that it's covering too. So it's moving at least this way instead of the other way. These things are a pain in the ass. I've tightened about 4 or 5 of these. Well, more than that. I've stopped twice and tightened some of those down because they keep on pulling off. They should have lock washers on them, but like this shit wasn't tight. I tightened all those down when I first left after about 15 miles. And these weren't either, and they slid back to there. So I think I might loosen that up, grab a strap, and try to pull them forward. I don't know yet. I mean, what can I do? This has been tight the whole time, and 84 is super rough at some spots. Once you get into PA, that door was open when I'd stopped here. I left myself some room. I was back farther, but I moved up because that guy's engine, the way that heat is pushing out. So I got to run in real quick and pay for this spot. I really don't want to, but at the same time, I'd rather pay for a spot, not have to worry about shit when I go to leave, and be cool all night, if you know what I mean, to sleep. I'm about an hour and a half away from where I need to go tomorrow to drop this off. So I figured, fuck it. There's a TA that's over there, but it's paid spots only. And I don't really feel like paying for a spot at a TA when I got showers at this place, coffee. There's a little airport restaurant. I've been here before. I pulled over here and bobtailed one time after I dropped the trailer. And I'm pretty sure Josh told me about a TA that's a couple exits back that has a dirt parking lot with a ton of parking in the back and a Mexican food truck or something that's pretty good, or a Mexican restaurant. I can't exactly remember, but I remember him saying something about that when I was over here bobtailing that time. So I did run through some rain, but the truck doesn't look too bad, so I guess I'm not too concerned about that being dirty. These were dirty already from all the dust and stuff at the house, but yeah, for the most part, it's still pretty clean, so I ain't complaining. Until the morning, I'm gonna walk across the street because I know there's Buc-ee's over at the Mobile. They don't have any here at the Pilot, but I walked across the street last time and got some because I had got a drink at that airport place, but I don't think I'm gonna eat there tonight, so we'll see. Good morning. Tuesday morning. Let's get out and do a walk around real quick. Rip that fucking parking thing off here in a second. So I'll get up to go to the bathroom. Last night's about 1 o'clock, passed out about 10. Come back out, and these dudes right here backing up. And I'm walking from over there, and I can see they're backing in, they're jacking from over that way, trying not to hit that because there's a bunch of shit right here. And I can see this dude's trailer. It looked like it was going in right here, maybe. So I start screaming from over there when I'm walking out, waving my arm, stop, you're gonna hit my truck. And I tell the guy, pull up straight and back up, basically is what I'm telling the dude. So I get out, or I come out, and there's a guy standing behind him, and he's like trying to tell him that he's hitting my truck or whatever, and he keeps going, and a couple Indian dudes. So I'm out here just fucking laying into this guy. And okay, maybe they didn't hit it right there, I don't know, maybe they did, but he's like, oh, I'm not gonna hit your truck, that's why I'm standing here. I'm like, well, you're pretty freaking close, dude. And I'm just laying into him. And so he pulls up, does the loop, backs all the way up down through here, pulls up and then backs up straight. And I'm like thinking to myself, that's what you should have done before. And man, that freaking pissed me off. I was lucky I was even able to go back to sleep, but I woke up this morning about 5, went in, showered and stuff, brushed my teeth, got some coffee, and I come back out. I just started to chalk check the oil, did the old once over, you know what I mean, pre-trip, checked everything out, and come and tightened a couple of these that were loose. Or I had noticed there was one that didn't have the bolt on there, so I threw one on real quick and just make sure everything's good. That way I don't have to worry about anything coming off, because I got about 106 miles to go before I drop this, and then I'll take my straps off and boogie out of there, get my juicy straps. I may just tell them that buy them from me, you can have them, and pay me a little bit extra money. If not, I'll just take them and then I'll pressure wash them once I get home. So I'm gonna roll through here and get some fuel because it's 373. It is 445 on the sign, but I'm getting it for 337 actually. And then in Sturbridge, Massachusetts, if I head up there, it's not too far from where I'm dropping. It's only 320 there, but I'm at least gonna grab 50 here. That way I can replenish that shower and replenish that shower, and you know, make sure that I'm good just in case I don't go back that way or anything and I go a different way and I don't go by Sturbridge, because I want to make sure that I got enough to not have to worry about paying $3.80 or $4 for a gallon of diesel fuel if I don't need to. So climb in here, hit the air back here so the bags can fill, and then slide through there, grab my splash and take off for the day. It's about 6:45 right now, so hopefully by 7 I'll be rolling out. Good morning, Thursday, and just rolling through Connecticut here. I just left Sturbridge, Massachusetts, because I couldn't find anything when I was over after I dropped yesterday morning. About 10, I sat there until about noon looking for shit, couldn't find nothing, so I was like this on it. Went over to Sturbridge, sat until about 2 o'clock looking for loads, then I went and got something to eat from the Sturbridge Seafood Company up there, and went back to the truck stop, grabbed a 6-pack obviously from the liquor store that's right behind there, which is nice. That's just like 5 miles down the road from that truck stop, so I've been there before, stayed there last year a couple times, so I knew the area well and was fine with that. I would have went back west, but going west through Connecticut on 84 was nothing but a parking lot, and going east it wasn't, and it was only 35 minutes from where I was at, because I delivered to the UConn football stadium is where they were having that bounce house go, so I dropped that stuff off, and then I couldn't find anything. I told Kim yesterday when we were talking, I said, dude, at 2 o'clock I'm gonna go get some food, beer, and then I'm gonna sit for us tonight, try to go to bed early, and if I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna get up and at least start heading west, because everything that was going anywhere that I would want to go west was on the other side of Connecticut. Nothing that was this east would have taken me west, period. It was either all go up to Vermont, New Hampshire, or go down to Philly in that area, or Washington, D.C., or New Jersey, or New York. So New York, the city. And I'm not dealing with that shit. And I did find one load that was going from somewhere in Connecticut, not too far from Hartford, up to Syracuse, New York. It would have been 87 up to 90, and it would have been nothing but tolls. So I didn't even waste my time calling on that. It was like 330 some miles, and they had it for 800, and I would have pulled it up to like 12, and they probably would have told me to get fucked, and I would have been like, well, find somebody else to pull your cheap ass freight, because I'm not paying the tolls, and then, you know, making 200 bucks on top of what I'm doing. So I topped off there. I put 70 in. I mean, I filled up because it was 313 for diesel, and the cheapest I had seen it for a while, it was 331 over in Newburgh. I don't know if that H is silent or not, New Didn't find anything today. I'm in Newboro again. Just watching these clowns pull in here, sitting in my chair in the shade because it's like 90 some degrees. Having a ice cold Buc-ee's. Well, it's not ice cold anymore, but was when I bought it. It's a little bit warm now, but that's trucking. You'll have that when it's 90 out and it feels like 95. So I guess I probably won't try again tomorrow because there's no point. I did see one load yesterday, and then I seen it earlier this morning. It was from somewhere in Connecticut that's not too far from here that I passed this morning going to Dayton, Ohio, and I thought it was a loadout trailer because there was no information with it. And then I seen it was posted for 8 minutes at like 2:30 or 2 o'clock, and it was for $800 going. It was a tow away, and I thought to myself, and I tried to figure out where it was at in Connecticut, and by the time I looked back at it, because I would have had to drive like 50 miles back to get it, and then it would have been fine to get me home and pay for the fuel and stuff, but it was gone. So I thought, if you put your information on there the first time, I honestly could have picked it up yesterday because I seen it yesterday when I was sitting over in East Hartford. So I could have easily went and got it and took it, but that's trucking. You can't trust these brokers, man. Always remember that when you're thinking about doing this, what I'm doing. Because it ain't easy. 2 days of setting, 1 day of good money and 2 days of setting. I told Kim, I said, I'll just bobtail home. She said, you're not bobtailing home. And I said, well, if I wake up early in the morning, I might just start scooting because it's hard to sleep when there's traffic coming by like this. Trucks coming by constantly where I'm at right here on the corner when you first pull in. Guys stopping right here for the other guys to come out of the fuel island or back up or do whatever they're doing because dudes park where they shouldn't, and then motherfuckers start honking their horn and stuff, and you know how that goes when you get woke up. Like this morning, I got woke up by a fuel truck getting fuel, and he didn't park close enough to where his hole was that he was dumping his fuel, and he kept on moving and backing up and starting and backing up and brake, probably 20 times before he got it to where he needed to be. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, dude, you're killing me. So that's why I got up this morning and came over. But we'll see what happens, man. I got the truck all opened up and stuff, and a fan ready to go for if I need to, and just chilling in the shade for now. When the sun goes down, I'm out, and then if I wake up and decide to start rolling, I'm rolling. I mean, I've even been looking around Youngstown area for loads. That way, if I see something around there, I can grab it and at least make up for some fuel costs. But if not, I'm still not going to eat it too much because I spent a little bit of money this morning to fuel up. So I'm full completely. I could probably bobtail all the way home on what I got, almost guaranteed. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Till then, cheers to you. Oh, he's dragging his chain. Ain't good. Don't lose your car, pal. I think it's about 7 o'clock at night. This is how fucked up this place is. Trucks over here, they're just stopped. Nobody can get in. This guy's pissed, he's getting out. That guy's sitting out in the middle of the road. These guys are honking their horn. Chad's hanging out in his truck, the hot box, fan going. There's people backed up on the road. Can't turn into the place because they can't get in. Now this guy's, is he coming over? Okay, he's turning. You probably can't see him because of the trees. Yeah, he's pulling in the out gate because you can't go in the in gate. Nope, he's not. He's going the other way. Yeah. Honk, honk. Dudes are pulling from the fuel island and going back. Somebody's parked in a reserve spot. Excuse me, I just say sub. And the Schneider guy's trying to get his reserve spot that he reserved. And there's a guy walking around bitching at people. That guy's pissed in his tanker. The fuck all the way, I need to move. Fuck need fuel but out. This guy's pulling out here. Classic truck stop drama. I didn't get any yesterday at Sturbridge because I was up in the front and it was raining. Oh yeah, this guy, he's trying to go around. He's pissed. He's gonna park right over there, go inside and bitch at somebody or something. Nothing but a clusterfuck, boys. Nope. Busty Huey, he is leaving. Yeah, that's what's up. Not getting fuel. Little dog. I seen a guy the other day at a King Corso puppy. Go, 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 go. Key-lift. New York. Target. Time to get to Target. Oh, what a clusterfuck. They got a section. When I was over here the other night, there's people parked over there where that yellow cone is, and there's people parked where that little white truck is, where all these people are coming out. And people couldn't even leave the fuel line when it was so bad, because people just park wherever they want to. They got a sign on the door now that says if you're parked where you're not supposed to be and not a designated parking spot, you're going to be towed at your expense, and your truck is going to be impounded until Monday. So don't be doing that. Yeah, I'm shirtless because it's hot, and don't really care because I was eating, so it's what it is. But welcome to the shit show. Well, running down 80 here. Come down this morning from where I was at yesterday because I didn't want to deal with the traffic on 84 during that construction. I would have got held up and stuff. Ran over to Drums, PA, got there a little before 6, sat over there until about 9:30, and I said, fuck it, man. I searched for loads, looked for shit. Nothing. Same old BS as yesterday. And I'm not going to sit around all day waiting for nothing. Even if something would pop up, you know, it's hit or miss. And it's nothing but loadouts or bullshit, cheap freight. Drive up to Syracuse, run the turnpike on 90, run the turnpike on 80, all the way over to Cleveland, 747 miles for $1,100. No thanks. I'll freaking cash my losses here. I don't think I'll come back over here anymore. I mean, it's beautiful. I love it. And I said this when I came over to York, but I don't have time to sit around like I did before. I need to get home and do Frank. So I told my wife I'm headed west. I'll stop about once every 2 hours maybe, just grab my phone, check out the load board, and see if there's anything close that I can grab that's going that way. If not, so be it, man. I'll deal with it, you know. I'm still okay. I've got plenty of fuel. I should be able to get home. It'll be super close, so we'll see. I may have to throw a small splash in to get me home. If that's the case, that's okay. From what I've spent in fuel, I'm still up $1,200 on that run, bringing it over, so I'm happy with that. So we'll see what happens. I'll catch back up with you later. Hopefully something interesting will come. If not, you probably see me at home, because, well, that'll be the end of that video. So just trucking along here in the rain. Went through like a torrential downpour right in the construction area, and I didn't have time to get the window closed over there, so that's why you see that towel over there, because I had to dry everything up. And the back little smokers vents, they got a little wet too, but it's cool over here. The fog rising and whatnot off these mountain tops. Well, we gotta get you in here. Hopefully the dash cam's gonna have some cool views, because coming down some of these, if it'll show like the whole horizon, it's pretty neat. It looks like we got some slow traffic here. I don't get some of these people running up and down here without their headlights on. Like, you're swinging around through this rain, you think the first thing you do is reach down and turn that shit on, but whatever. Don't worry about nobody else, as long as you're happy, right? Summit. We're gonna reach the summit. Yeah. just have me deadhead all the way back. I don't know how many times I deadheaded all the way back from over here, so I don't necessarily feel too bad when I have to bobtail home and shit like that, you know what I mean? It's just, that's trucking, it's part of the game. So this guy's in a hurry over here with his flatbed. Let it go before I cut over past this FedEx guy. At least stay in your own lane, pal. Don't need to swerve with me. You're all over the place anyways. Here we go. Well, hopefully this rain will clear up here. I gotta check the radar and see how far. I was gonna probably be in it for maybe 50 miles, I'd say. So, and I've been in it for probably 20, maybe if I'm lucky. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we'll come on the sunnier days, if you know what I mean. I think Kim said it was gonna get hot today again, so see what happens when we get over that way. I'm gonna stop here in a little bit, probably check the load board, see what's going on, see if there's anything relatively close. I was checking Youngstown, or had been the last, couple days, because I figured, fuck, worst case scenario, I gotta go over there and find something, at least to get me back to the house and cover some costs, or to add some funds. But if I don't find anything, that's just what it is, and we'll live the truck another day, if you know what I mean. Well, good morning, folks. I'm back at the house. Just came home, didn't find anything, stopped one time, looked, and still didn't see nothing around the Youngstown area coming back this way. And I just figured, for what it's going to cost me to drive home, it was going to cost me to sit there for 2 days waiting for Monday to come around to try to find a load, or to go somewhere else to get a load. And it was pointless for me just to sit over there. I actually did a lot better. I didn't have to stop and get fuel at all. So I still have a little under half a tank left in the truck, and that was me topping off in Sturbridge, Massachusetts, and driving all the way back home. I haven't figured out the miles yet, but I know the truck did really good on the fuel mileage bobtailing, so I'm not too concerned about that. And yeah, for what I paid to come back, just putting that fuel in, basically I would have spent that, on food and beer and things like that, sitting at a truck stop, being uncomfortable and unhappy. So there's really no point to do that kind of stuff. I just come out to the truck really quick to get the top on, because I need to use it to jump the mower. For some reason the battery doesn't want to stay charged. It's the original battery, so it's kind of old, and that thing's like 7 years old. But I'm gonna need to mow. I need to pick up some sticks, because there was a pretty gnarly storm that come through and knocked a bunch of branches down under the tree. And y'all know how much space and stuff's out here at this place, and the kind of shit that happens when even the wind blows. So figured I'd grab it really quick and get it charged up. That way when everything kind of dries out, because everything's wet, and we've got corn pretty much on 2 sides of the house, which is making holding a bunch of moisture and stuff too. So that's just what it is. My phone dropped out of my pocket, and Frank's sitting here soaking wet still, just from the moisture in the air and the rain yesterday. But it's supposed to be significantly warm today, up in the 90s, and then up in the 90s tomorrow. But our humidity's super up. So I mean, worst case scenario, I could probably wet sand some stuff. I would like to get one section dried up completely. That way I can shoot some of that sealer over to see how it would look on some of these rivets and stuff where this glaze is at, to see if I'm going to need to continue to keep sanding or not, and see how that goes. But yeah, that's what's going on. That's going to end this video for our trip. I do have a load booked for next Saturday. I don't know if I told you that or not, that I got to move a trailer 61 miles. They're going to pay me $600 to move that. They needed the long slide in. It's just up in Sandusky, Ohio. So Saturday, me and little Miss Muffet will probably go up there and move it to where it needs to go. And that's it. And then Monday I'll start looking for another load, just to try to keep me around the house. That way I don't have to worry about getting too far away from that. And that's pretty much why I came back too, because there's no reason for me to sit over there, go down south, or you know, keep going east for stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully I'll be getting to do some work on this here within the next couple days. That way I can get some more content out on it and get some more progress going. So hopefully you guys like, share, subscribe, comment, and you know, we don't care what you say. So until then, we will see. And you know what, if you don't like it, you can get a truck like that and go truck yourself.